Alright, I'm back. Let's do it. There we go. Hi, everybody. Let's get back into it, shall we? So our next one is physical DPS, and then magic. Physical DPS role quests for Shadowbringers. Lurik is in search of a partner to help him slay an especially notorious mark. One of the 4 cardinal virtues, those most infamous instigators of the Flood. Though he cares not a whit for who the Warriors of Light were, the fallen adventurer turned virtue, Renderay was arguably their greatest hunter who ever lived, and the youth would like nothing more than to beat her at her own game. Fair enough. Oh, okay. I thought it was just because I was lying down. I was like, really? No. But now I want to test that. Give me a sec. Hey, it actually worked. Oh, but I did stand back up, though. I thought it would spawn back in, you know, lying down. Oh, look. It's the guy I mentioned earlier, right? When I said that this guy sleeps like I do, where I just take off my shirt and that's pretty much it. Some people sleep with their pants off, some with their shirt off, some with both. And very few people, I think, actually with all their clothes on, which was me as a kid. But I just do that now. And I don't go to sleep with jeans on anymore like I did when I was a kid. When I said fully dressed, I meant fully dressed. As a kid, I would go to sleep with jeans on. But yeah. That's a pretty accurate representation of what I look like when I'm asleep without a shirt on, though. Yeah, it's pretty accurate, I'd say. Yeah, that's definitely what I look like without a shirt on, so... There you go. I know what you're thinking. You bastard! But I mean, it's true. Don't hate. It's true. Alright, so we're going to, Lurik now, huh? There we go. Had to heal myself up. Alright, we're ready. You the guy? No greater sport. Wait, you wouldn't happen to be... Yes, of course you are. Just plain from the way you carry yourself. You're just the sort of man I've been looking for. You're perfect! Is that what he means, or is he talking about something else? Because he was eyeballing me up and down, and he looked straight at my package for a second there. What's he referring to? My name is Lurik, and I am a bounty hunter. But not just any bounty hunter, I will have you know. Nay, I am not wont to settle for run-of-the-mill prey. I hunt sin-eaters. Okay, good. I was wondering what kind of partner he was looking for here. I was like, hold on a second, buddy. Slow down. At least buy me dinner first. Not only that, I recently set my sights on a particularly notable fiend, one of the 4 cardinal virtues, those infamous instigators of the Flood itself. Naturally, it will take considerable strength and skill to defeat such a formidable eater, and I am not afraid to admit I cannot do it alone. However, with the aid of equally formidable allies, I am confident it can be done. And you, my friend, are exactly the sort of ally I have a mind to recruit. Walk away without a word or feign interest? This seems like the funnier option. Bye! You bastard! Well, wait! I have money! Lots and lots of money! You'll be well rewarded for your service, on my honor! Alright, keep talking. However, as much as I am certain you are the right man for the job, 'tis only meet that I put your skills to the proof. A simple test should suffice. Pray do not be offended, but you would be shocked how many people present themselves falsely in order to enrich themselves or to impress others. Right, yeah. Yeah, those people are... Right. People like that would be, you know, trying to be shown like a picture of a male model without a shirt on and say that that's what they look like when they have their shirt off when it's totally not, right? Yeah. Yeah, I know people like that. It's... Like, come on, man. It's like, what are you doing? Are you trying to compensate for something? Come on. Oh, right, poor job it is, yeah. Actually, no, we can use the etherite and just teleport out close enough to. People trying to get rich off of false, claims and appearances. Or just trying to, you know, gain clout from, false impressions and appearances. Can't be me. Alright, all joking aside, that was fucking perfect. Again, I don't rehearse this. It is amazing that he said that exact line right after I made that fucking joke about that topless male aura we saw up there. That was amazingly well timed. You seem to be on a lucky streak with that kind of shit for some reason. It's like he knew. It's like he knew that I was bullshitting. Trying to make... It's like he knew. Here we are, our proving grounds. You need only slay a beast of suitable ferocity before my very eyes to demonstrate your own. Naturally, we require bait to lure one out of hiding. Okay. You know, he's got a very spiffy outfit on, I gotta say. The guy I'm partnered with. Oi, my lord. Got your package here. Wait, who's this? All done, my good man. And here's your payment. He's very well dressed. He doesn't look like a hunter, he looks more like sort of aristocratic. Maybe it's... well, let's see. Oh, this? The bait in question. Easier to have it delivered than to take a detour and pick it up myself. Rather more efficient as well. Time is money. Now then, you need only place it in the open and slay whatever comes to claim it. I cannot imagine it will take long for something to come hither. This guy's giving off the impression he's got money. But he's like an aristocratic hunter. He offered me a lot, and he just got somebody else to go do like half the dirty work for him. As I said, simply place the bait out in the open and await whatever ferocious beast comes to feast upon it. Slay it, and I will know you to be a warrior brave and true. Okay. Iguana meat. I forgot to read the description. Shit. Well, now we wait. It's too late now. Meow. Ravenous Milodons. Hey, buddy. You wanna bop? Let's go. Frick. Massive ass Sabertooth. That good? Fantastic! I knew I was not wrong about you. Come, let us return to the Crystarium at once. After you, my good sir. That's good view of the crystal power from here. Oh yeah, I forgot to say this. Because it didn't happen with the healer role quest, but... well, it kind of did, but towards the end. For those... you know, because I know this is a different video at this point now. there are minor MSQ spoilers. Well, some minor, sometimes major in these role quests. I forgot to say this at the beginning, because the way some of the dialogue can sometimes be written is adapted to if you already beat the game. Shadowbringers, which I haven't done on stream yet. Well, I have in my blind playthrough, but in this marathon setting I haven't. So anybody watching these videos and hasn't done this yet, you don't want it spoiled, you've been warned. Yeah. Again, I didn't know this would happen this way because I did my role quests, all of them, before finishing the game, my first time through. Now I'm seeing that the dialogue can change if you don't do that. Anyway, what's with all this food? Holy shit. This shit looks delicious. It's also quite a lot. Congratulations on a kill well made, my good man. I dare say this is the beginning of a beautiful partnership. Let us commemorate the occasion with a feast. Eat, drink, and be merry. The game's doing the sounds on its own. Wonderful stuff, isn't it? My compliments to the chef. Another helping? No? Are you sure? It really is no bother. Oh, very well. I didn't realize that was auto-scrolling, too. Like, that part just goes on its own. Good thing I read the bottom part before it was gone. I should like to return to our earlier discussion, that of the virtue I have engaged you to hunt with me. Well, thanks for all the food. Between you and me, I guess we put it all back. Shit. Andrea is her name, and she roams Norbrand in the guise of Renda Ray, fallen warrior of light and renowned hunter of El. Again, I remember her having a very different name back in the source when we fought them. In Heavensward? Arbert called her by a very different name in that final battle we had. She is a most elusive eater who has been sighted in every corner of the realm. Oh right, Andrea is just her senior name, I guess. But her supposed real name, from what we've read, is Renda Ray, and that wasn't the name Arbert gave to her back then, so... Anyway, though her movements are unpredictable, she has often been witnessed pursuing and slaying extraordinarily dangerous beasts. I can well imagine the question forming in your head. Why not leave her be? If anything, is she not aiding local communities after a fashion? Alas, no, for the beasts she slays rise anew, as eaters, which pose even greater threats to the small folk. So you see, this one wretched sin-eater is in truth sowing untold chaos by carrying on as she does, unleashing more of her kind on unsuspecting towns and villages all across Norbrand. Only you and I can stop her. Makes sense. Fuck. Didn't the Warriors of Light save the world? Huh. What an odd thing to ask. But never mind all that. Whether or not they were heroes or villains or whatever 100 years ago, doesn't matter to me. The simple truth is, Renda Ray was the greatest hunter who ever lived, and beating her at her own game would be an amazing feat, don't you think? And regardless of what the Warriors of Light were before they became Sin-Eaters, that's what they are now, so we'd be doing folks a favor by killing one. Well, what say you, friend? Will you hunt Andrea with me? Hope I live to regret this. I'll be more enthusiastic. With pleasure. So begins our formal partnership. Ah, I can see it now. You and me in the heat of battle, fighting side by side, the picture of courage and camaraderie. It's gonna be grand! Naturally, it will take us time to study and understand our prey. Eaters can behave in strange and inexplicable ways, particularly powerful ones like Andrea. I've been doing my best to get inside her head, to think like a hunter, but it is easier said than done. Anyway, as soon as I have determined where we ought to begin our search, I will inform you at once. Alright. Oh? Is the reward lacking? I think it gives you like a very small amount of gil. My apologies. Next time I will see that you receive rather more substantial compensation. Vengeance and defeat. What's up? Wait. It's you! It's really you! You actually came! I mean, never mind. He wasn't expecting me to come back. You're here to hunt Andre with me, yes? Of course you are. Why else would you be here? And wouldn't you know it, one of my hirelings should be returning with new information any moment now. Greetings, my lord. I am pleased to report that Andrea was recently sighted in Amarane, in the vicinity of Samuel's backbone, it would seem. Apparently, there was a right vicious spider what was giving folks trouble, and now that it's been turned, it's about a dozen times worse. They'd be grateful for any assistance. I see, I see. Well done, my friend. Your payment's as promised. Why bother going out and about pestering the small folk for news when you can employ others to do it for you? The better to devote our precious time to rather more important matters, I say. Well, I guess when you have the money, holy shit, how many people do you hire a day? And owing to my winning strategy, we may now depart for Amarang and the delightfully named Samuel's backbone, for in pursuing the spider, we may yet find its maker. Okay. I hope I live to regret this. Whoa! This is certainly the place. I gather those bones once belonged to dear Samuel. But I see no troublesome arachnid. These bones right here? Well, I mean, that's probably why it's called Samuel's backbone or whatever, right? It being a rather large desert, I have considered hiring a few trackers to hasten our search, but I've yet to spy a place where such individuals might congregate. Pity. Bah! Nothing for it but to roll up our proverbial sleeves and do the dirty work ourselves. We shall split up and search the sands for this Sea-Eater spider. Whoever finds it first may have the honor of slaying it themselves. And should we not find it, well, after we both have searched for a suitable length of time, I say we meet back here. Let the hunt begin! It's funny how he thought I was gonna ditch him and not come back, though. And I came back and he's like, what? Oh shit! You came back! You survey the surrounding sands, but find no trace of the spider you seek. About to go by Twitch again. This is twitch.tv right here, apparently. Very barren. Can't think of a more clever joke, so I can't think of any, really. Hey, buddy. Oh shit, it's her. There she is, the scourge of Norbrand, the devourer of souls. Balam Keats. We bring this mark down, they'll be singing ballads about us till the end of time. Never mind the king's bounty. Hells, we could buy ourselves a couple of castles apiece. Wow. Flanking maneuver as discussed. Wait for my signal, then we'll strike as one. Well, she reminds me of our dear friend that we're partnered with. Cut from similar cloths for sure, yeah. Wanting to hunt exotic, prey, I guess. Damn it. She's onto us. Don't panic. We planned for this. We'll act as decoys while Rend the Raid brings her down. Go! Go! Wait, not yet! There's no need to rush this! Yeah, I was like, that seems kind of hasty. You guys should have probably held back a bit and waited a bit longer. Sod it. Always so headstrong. Fucker me in my head. I can't. Oh my god. Absolutely destroyed them. It's fucking huge. No. No! Come back here! Finish it, you bloody bastard! Finish me! Jesus. Lost her will to live after seeing her partners get killed like that. They didn't even scratch it. I'm so sorry. It's all my fault. I'll not let it end like this. I promise. I'll kill that goddamn beast if it's the last thing I do. Hey! Hey! What was that just now? I've had headaches before, but the way you were thrashing about wasn't like anything I've ever felt. You gotta remember, when your character, like, you know, experiences the echo like that and experiences someone's memories, they mentioned you're not just seeing what's happening, but your character's feeling what they're feeling in the flashback as well. So, you saw me thrashing about, it's probably because of, you know, all of the, emotional damage! As well as the physical damage that Rend the Raid just felt from everything that just happened. Leon felt it too. As if, you know, they were the same person. By the gods! And I thought we were lucky just to catch a glimpse of Andrea. But you're also telling me you were granted a vision of her past with this power of yours? Yep. Though... Two warriors killed while hunting a great horned beast. Excuse me. A beast their surviving companion vows to slay in revenge. Excuse me again. I have heard this tale before, I know it. I get what he's getting at. Bah, it is a common enough sort of tale, I suppose. And regardless, she is gone. Come, let us return to the Crystarium and celebrate your accomplishment. He was thinking, wait, his brain was trying to tell him, what if one of us gets killed and then the other one vows revenge? Two people hunting an exotic beast? In this case, a Sin Eater. The fucking NPC way back there. Jesus. Gotta love the targeting system, right? I pushed X and it targeted that NPC way the fuck in the back. Instead of the E threat because I wasn't looking at it properly. The table is set, and so I bid you raise a glass with me, that together we might toast your spectacular accomplishment. So much fucking food! Again? Because of what exactly? I mean, I ran into it by accident and then, you know, saw her pass, that's really it. There's really nothing quite like a hearty meal after a job well done. Drink up, my friend, drink up! Had your fill? I've another few bottles ready and waiting to be opened. No? Oh, very well, if you insist. Dude, this dude is loaded with money if he can afford all this food and hiring people. Jesus Christ. And he also loves to eat. I love how we just went from somebody who was addicted to alcohol, you know, like somebody who's just like chugging back booze, to someone who's just chowing down food. Like constantly. It occurs to me, my good man, that I have yet to ask you your name. So quickly did we forge our friendship that I hardly noticed it till now. It's Leon Starcrest. Leon Starcrest. Reek and Leon. Yes, I rather like the sound of that. Reek and Leon, the daring duo. The brave bounty hunters, the scourge of sin eaters. Once we have slain Andrea, not a soul in Norvrent will not know our names. They shall ring out all across the realm. Ah, but I should dwell over much on the victory before the struggle. Or I should dwell over much on the victory before the struggle. A wise hunter is prepared and patient. It would be prudent to send double, nay triple the agents afield to seek out promising new leads. Again, how much money do you have? Yeah, if I didn't know any better, I'd say you're a gillionaire. And so am I, but that's beside the point. Worried about the budget for our brave endeavor? Well, don't be. I am prepared to fund our activities as needed. No expense shall be spared. None whatsoever. Jurassic Park. Nice. Freedom from privilege. There he is! Leon, come to rejoin his bosom companion in the Great Hunt. It is well that you have, for I have obtained new information concerning a sighting of Andrea on Pelusia. The fiend has transformed yet another deadly mark, a great bear in this instance, into an even deadlier eater. And so it falls to Reek and Leon to slay the newborn eater and continue their pursuit of Norvrant's most notorious virtue. To Pelusia and to glory. Okay. Off we go. Let us brook no further delay and commence our search, separately as before in Almerain. If you catch the eater first, I grant you leave to kill it without me. I trust you will not be disappointed if the reverse were to occur. Surely not, surely not. I myself will be most put out if I happen to lose to you a second time, and so, on that note, may the best hunter win. Shit. That is one massive buffalo. What are they called in this game? You survey your surroundings but find no trace of the bear you seek. Well, this one won't have the same name as the ones from Limsa, but... Oh, there you go. Pelusian Bison. Okay. Close enough. Despite looking far and wide, you failed to find any trace of the bear you seek. Perhaps Lurik was indeed the better hunter this day. Not over yet. Maybe I should have just teleported and then gone north. Oh well. Minor time loss, I guess. Who the hell are these guys? To the victor go the spoils, and to the loser, bugger all. Hockey sellsword. Well-traveled mage. After the bear, were you? Sorry, sinner, but you've come too late. We claimed the bounty not but a few bells ago. Rye Hunter. Wicked wife, don't tell me you're the little lordling's newest bosom companion. What's going on, Lurik? You know these guys? Hate to say it, Leon, but it seems we're late to the party. Lambert and his mates slew the bear before we could. So it's true then. You've cast your lot in with the boy. You poor daft sod. But I don't understand. The Eater was a newborn. How could you possibly have learned of it and gotten here before we did? Well, see, that's the problem with relying on hired help. They're loyal to your coin, not you. And you're not the only one willing to open his purse. He's not wrong. So that's how this guy found out too, huh? But more importantly, Reek, what's this I hear about you hunting Andrea? With help, I mean, rather than all by your lonesome. I have a distinct memory of you storming off in a huff saying you didn't need me or anyone else to finish the job. Tell me I'm wrong. Do as you like. Help or no, you've no chance of beating me to the prize. Because unlike you, I'm not all talk, and neither are me mates. Speaking of mates, how much did it cost you to buy his friendship? Do tell. Piss off, Lambert! Why are you still here? You got your mark, didn't you? You bastard! You should choose your friends more carefully, sinner. When it all goes wrong, don't say I didn't warn you. You have questions, I am sure. As you may have surmised, Lambert was once a comrade of mine. I took him into my service that we might hone our skills battling Sin Eaters in preparation for facing Andrea. However, I soon came to see that he was not at all that capable of a hunter, and so I dissolved our working relationship. Unfortunately, he did not take it in stride, and instead resolved to recruit new companions that he might beat me at my own game. It would seem that his fortunes have improved greatly of late. So much so that I fear we can no longer afford to dedicate time to tracking lesser eaters and must devote our undivided attention to the pursuit of Andrea. As such, we should be getting back to the Crystarium. But before we depart, I have one other matter to attend to in Yulmore. If I might trouble you to accompany me? Ah, but of course you will. Let us be off. Oh, it's actually up here, okay. Somebody just lost sprint over there. Oh, I think I just ran past him. What the hell's going on here? Dispassionate oligarch. Speak to my manservant and leave me to my entertainment. Oh, is that Master Reek? And you are his, dare I say, friend? Where's this going? What's going on, Lurik? Leon, allow me to introduce you to my father and mother. So that's where his money comes from. Father, this is my traveling companion, and dear friend, Leon. He and I have resolved to hunt a particularly deadly sin eater. Indeed, I cannot overstate how terribly dangerous this eater is. That to pursue it is to court death itself. However, when we at last triumph over the fiend, all of Norvend shall sing our praises. Won't that be wonderful, Father? So long as you do not sully our good name, you are free to hunt whatever quarry you desire. I can do without all the petty details. Wow. Doesn't give a fuck. Now then, how much do you require this time? Out with it. Oh, never mind. Just give the boy my coin purse, would you? I am sure it will suffice for his trivial pursuits. Ouch. That is why you are here, is it not? Another handout? Don't play coy. You've never been any good at it. Jesus Christ, man. What a douchebag. You know, I honestly don't know why I came here. Keep your coin, Father. We're leaving, Leon. Right now. What a fucking asshole. Oh dear. Master Reek seemed awfully upset. I mean, with his father talking to him like that, who wouldn't be? The guy doesn't even take the slightest interest in what his son's doing. It's like, clearly there's some history and some issues here. Oh shit, right, I could have just... God damn it. There. Rectified. Hey buddy, you alright? Forgive me, Leon, but I would forego the wine on this occasion. Father's lackluster reception has put me in rather dour spirits. As you may have gathered from our exchange, I am a free citizen of Yulmore. Owing to my parents' considerable wealth, I have enjoyed a relatively privileged upbringing. Privileged. And unbearably boring, which is why I quit the city and resolved to become a bounty hunter. I am no fool, though. I am well aware of my fortunate circumstances, which is why I elected to conceal them from the people of the Crystarium. People are wont to jump to uncharitable conclusions. Right. I feel as though you and I have established a rapport, though, and so I thought it best to bring you into my confidence. I pray you refrain from telling others. Sure. Now then, since Lambert has decided to turn this into a race, we have no choice but to oblige him and slay Andrea before he does. This calls for a veritable army of hired hands. But you just rejected your dad's money. Alas, in a fit of frustration, I refused Father's coin. Without additional resources, we have no choice but to conduct the search by ourselves. Moreover, I am rather embarrassed to admit that I can pay you only a token sum at this time. But I trust that will not deter you from joining me anon? Oh no, let's think on it. No, I'm just kidding. I was never in this for the guild, dude. That's never what I was here for. Really? I mean, of course you weren't. Paris the thought. Right. I mean, it still would have been nice, but yeah, I don't need it. Thanks anyway, though. The Hunter's Legacy. Leon, my friend. Thank the gods you're here. What's up? Ever since we parted ways, I've been exhausting myself, running all over the Crystarium, questioning anyone and everyone, hoping someone might have seen Andrea, but alas... Only the Crystarium? You haven't gone outside even for a bit? Well, of course. Surely this is the limit of what a man with meager financial resources can accomplish. Fuck's sake, man. But never mind all that. For it but recently dawned on me that the vision you beheld of Renderay's past could hold the clues for which we have been desperately searching. When you first described it to me, I felt as though I had heard it before. And I had. My wet nurse had told me the exact same story when I was still a boy. What's a wet nurse? It was a tale of a courageous hunter who, together with her comrades, embarked on a quest to slay a notorious mark, a great horned beast. They came upon their quarry in the desert, and they attempted to lay it low. Alas, the beast had a singular strength and the hunter a fatal weakness, and so in the ensuing struggle her comrades were killed, leaving her the sole survivor to swear vengeance. Would you not agree that your vision is a perfect match for this tale? Yeah, actually. Then there can be no doubt. Render is a celebrated hunter, the hero I so admired in my childhood. After that tragic day, the hunter resolved not to rely upon others and instead slew the beast by herself. She somehow found a way to compensate for her weakness. Anyway, my recollection of the tale is likely riddled with errors. We should ask Miss Olvara to recount it in full. She was a bounty hunter herself before she entered into our service, you know. Also, in light of all this, I should share with you an interesting theory concerning all the virtues I heard from a fellow hunter. Apparently, each appears to be driven by particular memories, moments that forever changed each of these fallen heroes. Makes sense, doesn't it? Render being a hunter of notorious marks in life and in death. I don't know why it never occurred to me before. But if that is indeed the reason for why she behaves as she does, then the more we learn about Render adventures, the better our chances of predicting where she'll turn up. All the more reason to go and see my former wet nurse. Miss Olvara lives in Gatetown on Calusia. Let us be off then. Okay, then we'll be off. Milady. I have to be a gentleman, right? Couldn't be rude. I realize Yulmore would have been the faster he thought, but whatever. Miss Olvara? Oh, hello there. Are you from the Reeks? Oh wow, she used to be a hunter for sure, yeah. But yeah, I am. You could say that. For now. Leon, this is a Miss Olvara, the wet nurse who raised me for practically the entirety of my childhood. She was bonded to my family and lived with us in the city at the time, but when I came of age, she was forced to leave. Oh damn, they kicked her out once they were done with her. Well, yeah. His dad struck me as the sort who would do that, yeah. Unlike some of the other, wealthy folk we met in Yulmore when we were first here. He's one of the types that didn't give a shit. You know, the bonded were just tools for him. He's one of those types, it's pretty obvious. My, you've grown into such a strapping young man. But I can't imagine you came to Gatetown just to pay me a visit, my little Reek. Not in front of him, if you please. But to answer your question, we did in fact come to see you. There were stories you told me as a child of a courageous hunter. Was that hunter perchance the warrior of light, Render? Of all the reasons you could have had. Aye, those stories were of Render, the greatest bounty hunter of her day, the legend so many aspired to become. Less so after the flood. It was still fresh in everyone's minds when I was younger, and for all the good they had done in life, none could deny the chaos they sowed in death. The sinners. But despite all of that, me and my mates still looked up to her. We knew all her feats and swore to preserve them, in secret if need be, that she might inspire future generations as she had ours. So, years and years later, when you wanted to hear tales of adventure and heroism, I couldn't help but share with you the ones nearest and dearest to my heart. I only wish I hadn't had to change all the names. And it's true. The hero who I looked up to as a child, whose tales of daring do drove me to take up the bow as you had, to pester you for training that I might become a bounty hunter. It was her. Miss Olvara, Leon and I are hunting Andrea, and we believe that one of the stories you shared with me may help guide our search. Namely, the one about the great horned beast that killed her friends. Will you tell it to me again? Wicked wife, is that? Oh, my little Reek. Very well. Even as a young hunter, Render incredible hearing was unparalleled. She could track her quarry through a forest by the most minute sounds of their passing. From malms away, even, by some accounts. Even the most subtle and stealthy beasts never eluded her for long. A misplaced foot, a snapped branch, eventually Render would know, and her aim was always good and true. As she grew older and honed her skills further, she set her eyes on bigger prizes. She became a hunter of notorious marks, and together with her comrades earned fame and fortune. As their reputation swelled, so too did their egos. Only the most dangerous game would suffice. And so they resolved to hunt the Scourge of Norvrend, the Devourer of Souls, Balam Keep. But what Renderay did not realize was that her greatest strength would prove her undoing. For when she faced Balam Keats, the beast soared with such force that it brought her to her knees. Helpless, she could only watch as it claimed the lives of her beloved comrades and fled. After burying the hunters and vowing that she would one day avenge them, she took to the road once more. She met Ardbert and his fellow warriors of light, and for a time she accompanied the fledgling heroes on their adventures. To them, she was a breath of fresh air, a vibrant young woman who savored every moment and found joy in the simple pleasures. They knew naught of her fallen friends or how their deaths weighed heavy upon her still. There's the whole crew, even Silva. The party wandered the realm, performing many great deeds and growing ever stronger, as did Renderay. While in Calusia, she even devised a means to defend against the powerful roar that had been her downfall that fateful day. Wow. And then, while engaged in an adventure in Roktika, a rumor reached Renderay's ears. Balam Keats, Scourge of Norvrend, Devourer of Souls, had been spotted wandering the Sitia swamps. It was a golden opportunity, but to seize it would be to face the beast alone. She could not wait for Ardbert and the others, nor could she ask that they forsake their sworn duty. But perhaps it was just as well, for the memory of her defeat still haunted her. The courageous hunter had allowed a single fear to take root in her heart, the fear of losing her new companions as she had her old. So it was that Renderay ventured forth in secret, resolved to slay her hated foe, Balam Keats, alone. And with all her strength and guile, the legendary hunter did just that. Vengeance claimed, she rejoined Ardbert and the others, and never spoke of the terrible battle twixt her and the dread beast. From that day forward, she was Renderay, the warrior of light, and the deeds of her and her comrades would be celebrated forevermore. It's strange to think that the woman I admired when I was young would become the sin-eater I swore to slay. What she became doesn't change who she was. Even if the tales were a little embellished over the years, they were rooted in truth. She was and will always be a hero to me, and to you, I hope. Thank you, Miss Olvara, for everything. I promise I will visit you again soon. So, Leon, remember that theory I told you before about the virtues being driven by powerful memories? If Andrea is reenacting the journey leading up to her confrontation with Balam Keats, the one that took her from Amarang to Calusia, then her next destination must be the Roktika Greatwood, wasn't it? Kingdom of Rainbows, Ilmeg. Right! That was where she laid low the beast at last, in the Satia swamps to be precise. And so that is where we shall go. Let us away. Now listen, Reek. There's an awful lot people don't know about Renderay or the world for that matter. So wherever you go and whatever you see, remember not to take it at face value. Don't just accept what others tell you as good and true. Listen to your heart and decide for yourself. And be safe. Leon, was it? It is such a pleasure to meet a friend of Reek's. His parents never hesitated to provide him with all the wealth and opportunities they could, but when it came to love and support, well, all I can say is that it is a miracle that boy turned out as well as he did. One can never have too many friends or too much support. It goes for you as well, I should think. Yeah. Yeah, it does. Thanks for that, Olvara. I know he may be a bit exhausting at times, but do try to be patient with Reek. I'll do my best. He's not that bad of a kid. You know, something I wanted to say toward the end of that scene. It's strange to think... He said he admired Render Ray when he was a kid. And it reminds you again, everything that the Warriors of Light did was hundreds of years ago. And 100 years ago to the day was when they stopped the flood along with the help of Minfilia after everything that happened in Heavensward with them. Because time flows differently here. Like this, it reminds you of that. It makes you think like, wow, that means the people we're talking to right now, like Olvara here, he wasn't even born yet when that whole thing happened in Heavensward. But between there and now, 100 years passed. It's insane. Between Heavensward and the events of Shadowbringers now, it's like, because time flows so differently in the reflections than they do from the source, you know? It's so weird to think like that. It's like we knew these people before they became Sin Eaters, but everyone here talks about these Warriors of Light as if it all happened, you know, hundreds of years ago, everything they did. But for us, that was literally just a few years at most if you kept up with the game, you know? But with the in-game timeline, it's just kind of like it was just yesterday, basically. And now they've been Sin Eaters for literally 100 years, just wandering around. Shadows of their former selves. Kinda sad. You'd think things would have ended up a little bit better after Minfilia went with them, but even her power had limits, I guess. Even with Heideling's blessing, you know? When I was little, Miss Olvara seemed so much bigger and stronger than me. Though, to be perfectly honest, the way she carries herself even now bespeaks a confidence I cannot help but envy. Like, this dude wasn't even born yet back then. But never mind that. We have a virtue to hunt. Let us commence our search at once, and keep your weapons at the ready, my friend. Right on. About time our luck took a turn for the better. There she is. What? Now? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. I'm sorry, I just made eye contact with her and I couldn't help myself. I wish you were all here with me, but I know it's better that you're not. There's only a few people who are going to get that. I think. We have a score to settle, you bloody bastard, and this time I'm ready for your tricks. She really did go at it alone. Holy shit. That part was not a lie. We live Renda Ray's battle against Balam Keats. Again, going back to Heavensward, she had a different name. I heard Arbor call her by a different name back then. So weird. Anyway. What does this do? Balam Keats? Vengeance will be mine this day. Acidic fight. Oh, the poison arrow that she poisoned Alize with. There it is. Just wait until I hit you with one of my dulling arrows. Like that. It worked! I've got you now, you bastard! What is this do? It's a powerful attack you use on cooldown, I guess. Electric Whisker. Roaring Thunder. Even as a ranged physical DPS, you don't want to stay too far away when they can do things like that. Oh shit! You'll pay for taking them from me. I noticed that AoE way too late. Like, I'll let you roar again. I've got plenty of arrows left. Yes, yes! Just like that. It was my fault. My failure. That's why I have to do it alone. That's only 2. Okay. Without your roar, you're nothing! If I'd only been this strong back then, they'd still be alive. You can feel it, can't you? The pain, the fear. Serves you right. What the? Where is this coming from? Oh, you're not gonna survive this. Ah! I won't let it end like this. We won't! God damn it, Renda. Made it in the nick, I see. Are you hurt? Don't worry, I've got you. Get. The lone wolf just had to do it on her own terms. Albert. Aye, well, I was never good at indulging foolishness. Don't tell me you followed my trail. Sloppy hunter, huh? I'll tell you all about it after we kill this bloody bastard, aye? Something's wrong. It's shrugging off our attacks. It's coming from me and Renda. Keep your distance. Gather round, Albert. Lend them your strength. Like that? Sweet. How are you, bro? Don't worry about it, buddy. We're all friends here. Gonna roar again, huh? The hells you will! I've got plenty of arrows left for you yet. Tell her. Or it. Well struck. Keep it up. Focus, everyone. Pause, champ. Holy shit. He's getting desperate. Renda, Malbert, assist Lambert quickly! See, these battles are like tutorials. The way they're set up to teach you how to handle common mechanics in boss fights and stuff in a party setting. I really do feel they are meant to be like tutorials for job and story skippers. It's summoning all its strength for something big. Finish it! Everyone, to me. I'll lend you my power. Alright, Lamet. Together we will avenge my fallen friends. And we did. Woo! So, they embellished on the part where she won alone, huh? Seems she had a little help from her friends after all. He was about to fucking die. Well, even if it is meant for, you know, people who might have skipped a job and story skipped or whatever, it's still a good refresher too for anybody who's a veteran as well. You know, they're fun little quest battles. Tough old bugger. Everyone alright? Ardbert, I don't know what to say. Thank you, everyone. And I'm sorry for trying to go it alone. And why, pray tell, did you even try to do something so foolish? If we'd been here from the first, there wouldn't have been anything even approaching a challenge. Back in the day, I was a bounty hunter. I've told you that much. But I haven't told you about my old partners. Together, we tracked and claimed countless notorious marks throughout Norbrand. We were the best in the business. Everyone knew our names and our reputation. They called us legends. And somewhere along the line, we started to believe it too. And then we set our sights on Ball and Keats. I survived, they didn't. I swore vengeance, but had no idea how to go about pursuing it. Then I met you lot and thought that maybe with your help I might just have a fighting chance. So you see, I never intended to keep it all a secret. It's just... you never asked, and since I'd rather not talk about it... easier to live in the moment, you know? The next town, the next job. The weeks flew by, and after a time I started having second thoughts. I'd lost those closest to me before. I didn't want to live through that again. Are we, or are we not, comrades? Through thick and thin. These bonds of fellowship between us must come before all else. Otherwise, they may as well not exist. You say the thought of losing us pained you? What of our feelings? What of our loss? What if we had not arrived when we did? You've saved our lives more times than I can count. How dare you refuse to let us do the same? Without those keen ears of yours, I'll never know what bollocks Brandon and Albert are whispering about me behind my back. And ignorance is not bliss, let me tell you. What a way to lighten the mood. That was good. His tact is good. Arbor knows how to talk to people. Well, how to, like, cheer up his comrades and everything. Like, he's good. This one's worth a fortune, huh? And fame besides. I'll wager we won't have to pay for our drinks when we get back into town. Oh god, it's not another night to remember. Time to get wasted again. Don't you worry your pretty head over our fearless leader's questionable constitution. Take pride in the victory, for the small folk will sleep easy once they hear of Balin Keats' demise. Until Ardbert's drunken snoring wakes them from their slumber. And on that note, I think it's time we quit this place. And Renderay, I trust that the next time you decide to hunt deadly game, you'll do us the courtesy of extending us an invitation. And there I thought I was doing you a favor by keeping you out of my personal affairs. Selfish as it was. Oh, fine. But if you go and die on me, I'll pay a necromancer to raise you from the dead so I can kill you out of spite. Agreed. Now then, mind cutting off whatever it is you need to take back as proof of the kill? I don't want to lose our reward on a technicality. And that's how she got her crystal. Such a fine crystal. Why not hold on to it as a memento of this occasion? I love how we see them wearing different armor, which shows us more or less the timeline of events. Kinda. You still have to kind of put it together yourself, but this is clearly early on, you know? They're not as geared up, and of course, what's-her-name still has her dwarf helmet on, so... Wake up, damn you! Hello? What's wrong with you, huh? That's the second time your so-called gift has cost us a chance at slaying Andrea. You know what? I've had enough. The fuck's your problem? Enough, I say. Yes, I don't need your help. I am perfectly capable of hunting the Sin Eater on my own. You son of a... You know what? It's past time I told you to piss off. You bastard! Ungrateful prick. Upon our return to Gate Town, you will be given your final payment and we will be free to go our separate ways. Not always gonna take the high road. You talk to me like that when I don't deserve it, you bet your ass I'm gonna snap back. Prick. Wait. This is not the same mistake again. A little closer. Like, I didn't deserve that shit. Going out of my way to help his ass and he treats me like that. Over something I had no control over. Fuck that guy. What is it? Did something happen between you two? Yeah, you could say that. Honestly, I don't know why I ever placed my faith in you. You are such a disappointment. Consider this the formal dissolution of our partnership. Let none ever again speak the names Reek and Leon in the same breath. Yes, never again. And with that, I bid you good day. Fuck you. Well, fuck you too, I meant. When he was little, Reek's parents punished him for a time by withholding his allowance. Without money to lavish on his friends, he soon found that many were only drawn to him by his wealth. I dare say he feared you would abandon him as they did, and decided to push you away first. Wow, even after I told him I wasn't in it for the money. He still thought that low of me, huh? I'm not trying to make excuses for what he said. I only hope you can find it in your heart to forgive him. Take some time to think it over, and then come back and see me. Come and see me, sorry. Oh, and take this for your troubles. Well, I kinda wish I knew that about him before I told him to piss off. But hey, I'm only human too, you know. I got emotional in the moment. Maybe I didn't think things through. I can see why he got insecure now. Fellowship restored. I am sure a talented man like yourself is needed all over the realm, and so I thank you for sparing a moment to hear me out. Since you two parted ways, Reek has come to visit me several times. Though he is blessedly in good health, I worry for his spirits. I think you may have been the only friend he has had for some time. I considered journeying to the Crystarium myself to look in on him, but I find travel rather difficult these days. Excuse me. If you would go in my stead, it would put my heart at ease. All I ask is that you go to the Crystarium and see Reek. I won't ask you to take pity on or forgive him. I only want to make sure that he is well. Fair enough. Holy shit! The simultaneous warping. Did you guys see that? Me and that Lalafell just whoosh, and both started running at the same time. We were in sync. That was awesome. That was kind of awesome. Lou Reek's customary seat is empty, and there's nothing to suggest he has occupied it recently. Perhaps someone will have noted his passing. Wait, there's more than... There's 3 people. Okay. There's one over there. Oh, there's someone over there. And then you. Okay. Hey, it's this guy. It's one of the pricks. The band of assholes we ran into. Colucia, right? You're Lou Reek's partner. I was with Landberg, remember? Was, I ought to stress, because after we left you, we headed straight to Rocktika. We heard a rumor Andrea was there, and Landberg wanted to strike while the iron was hot. By the time we realized we were overmatched, it was too late. I saw Landberg fall, and when the Eater set her sights on the others, I fled. Call me a coward if you like, but my cowardice saved my life. Wicked White, I still remember looking back as I ran and seeing Lambert rise to his feet. I told everyone what had happened to warn them off the hunt. Some listened, but a few bloody fools took up their weapons and joined the hunt. Glory-hungry imbeciles. Not a one of them has returned. Didn't expect Lou Reek to be one of them neither. I remember thinking it odd, especially when I saw him leave for Rocktika alone. You're meeting him there, I presume? Good luck, friend, but I have no doubt that you're going to your doom. Oh shit, that dumbass went by himself. He's gonna get himself killed. If I were you, I'd leave Lou Reek to hunt the virtue on his own. No shame in recognizing when you've got no chance. Only a fool would fight this fight. What have you heard? Looking for Master Reek, are we? I dare say you're the only one. Word is Mummy and Daddy cut him off, so there's no point in pretending to like the little shite anymore. Last I saw him, he was moping about like someone had shot his Amaro. I'm sure he'll turn up eventually. And there's one of those people, like his childhood friends. Only pretended to like him because of his money. Lou Reek? The Mistal Lordling? If he ain't sat at his usual table, then I have no idea where else to look. Seems the best thing would have been to talk to this guy first, but would have made more sense for the story that way. You know, this brings up an interesting sort of off-topic a little. It's, 'cause, you know, I always talk about, like, the problems that, like, the common man face, you know, poor people and stuff like that. This is one of the problems that wealthy people face, a very real problem, which is, they can hardly ever have any real friends. Because of that right there. Because since they have so much money, even amongst each other, like, even if they're with other people who also have a lot of money, because of that whole mindset of, which, you know, capitalism incentivizes this way of thinking, just trying to acquire more money at all costs constantly and trying to get more and more, they never know who they can trust amongst their peers, because so many of them are into just acquiring more and more and more. Whether they were born into wealth or acquired their wealth over time, they suffer from a lot of loneliness, because they never know who they can trust. You know, some of them will try to remedy this by, you know, maybe not trying to hide how much wealth they have, so that they can actually make real friends that value them for who they are, instead of their money. But, you know, a lot of the times they won't really go that far out of their way, and so they're just constantly living under that sort of, well, I don't know what to call it, but you know what I mean. Like, they're just constantly living in fear that people around them are just trying to screw them over, or will try to screw them over, or exploit something about them if they get the chance. So they're always guarded. They can never. It's really hard for them to form meaningful, true connections and friendships with other people because they're too afraid to let their guard down and let someone in, for fear that they might be taken advantage of for their money. So that's a very real problem that wealthy people deal with, for sure. Extreme loneliness from not being able to confide in anyone or have someone that they can trust. Again, obviously, this is just an average thing. It's not like every single, you know, wealthy person has the same experience. But on average, I've heard that that's a pretty big problem amongst people who are wealthy. They can't really find real friends, you know. And a lot of them might even think they have real friends. But then, if something ever happened where they lost a lot of their money, like what happened to Lou Reek, again, this story kind of dives into that a little bit. All of a sudden, their so-called real friends will whoop, disappear. And they'll realize they were never real friends to begin with. They were just after their money. Or they were just hanging out with them to take advantage of their money, basically. So, yeah. The system does not... It's not good for anybody. Being too rich or too poor, either way, You suffer. It's weird to think about it that way, but I think that's probably why the happiness index caps out, literally peaks at like 70 grand or something like that. I can't remember what it was. Making any more, like, meaning 70 grand a year, I think the income is? I can't remember. Making any more than that or less than that correlates with, generally speaking, on average, less happiness. Like a little mountain there. Yeah, it's like a steep hill. Once you reach that point, you sort of gently glide down the chart like this as you get wealthier and wealthier. The happiness index or whatever. Or however the fuck they measure it. It's good stuff like that. As they say, money doesn't bring happiness or whatever. Yeah, once you get past a certain point, it doesn't. Leon? Why are you here? Don't tell me you came for me. Yeah, I wanted to make sure you didn't get yourself killed. For Olvara's sake. It's terrible! It's horrible! Andrea, she's... Good to see what he went through. At least he's alive. Renda Ray, if aught of you remains, then hearken to my words. I have come to lay your soul to rest, alone, as you yourself faced Balam Keats a century ago on this very ground. Lambert? Oh gods, no. Now he's... That's... Yikes, yeah. They've all become Sin Eaters now. Except for the one guy who turned tail and ran that I saw at the Crystarium, you know? Don't tell me. You beheld a vision of my past just now, didn't you? Yeah, I saw everything. I see why you're freaked out. Nah, I thought as much. Wasn't but a moment ago that I confronted them. Awfully useful, that trick of yours, though I can't understand why you kept using it every time we ran into Andrea. I can't control when it happens. Yeah, that. Thank you. Took the words out of my mouth. Just can't control when it happens. The game knew what I was about to say, out loud. Huh? So it wasn't something you did deliberately? Good to know. Yeah, you could have just asked first. You couldn't tell from the headaches that I wasn't really doing it on purpose? Anyway, unintentional or not, at least I won't have to convince you of what I saw. She turned Lambert and those other hunters into Sin Eaters like herself. I saw that. A Hume Axeman, a Galgant Swordsman, a Dwarven Healer, an Elven Mage. It was awfully familiar, didn't it? The Warriors of Light all over again. Our old friends. She's rebuilding her fellowship. She's remaking the Warriors of Light. But for the life of me, I can't understand why. I mean, I understand why she came here in the first place. She's reliving the hunt for Balam Keats. But Renda Ray slew the beast by herself. The stories were clear about that. Well, if you hadn't gotten so pissed off at me last time and actually bothered to hear about what I saw last time, you would know that's not actually true. What? They were there too? Then the stories were wrong? Yep, she didn't do it alone. She tried, but almost got killed for it. God, strike me down. I've been such a fool. Why did I ever think I could do this alone? I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me for all the things I said, Leon. I've regretted my behavior ever since the day we parted ways. It was stupid and nonsensical and utterly pointless. I'm not sure I could even tell you why I did what I did. It's fine. It's water under the bridge. Thank you, my friend. I hope it is alright if I call you that. Yeah, it's fine. I'm such a sap. Getting emotional over making up with someone after you fight with them. But, I mean, can you blame me? Friends aren't easy to come by. It's a beautiful thing when you can forgive each other for something, you know? Right then. Andrea should be around here somewhere. Still on the hunt for Balam Keats, I expect. Not that she'll ever find it. No doubt Lambert and the others are with her too. He and I may have had our differences, but I'd not wish that fate on my worst enemy. He deserves to be laid to rest. They all do. Brenda Ray most of all. She is my hero, and if I have to kill her to save her soul, then so be it. But this is too much for even the best hunter to handle alone, and I am far from the best. The only way to see this through is together. You and me, my friend. What say you? I'm with you. I got your back, friend. Ha! I ask for a word and you give me a nod. Fair enough. Before we resume the hunt in earnest, though, let us return to Gate Town and let Miss Alvaro know all is well. After all, you wouldn't have come unless she sent you. I guess that's true, yeah. Yeah, it's not easy sometimes forgiving each other, our close friends and family when they wrong us and all that stuff. But I do think it is important to try and seek that out. A way to make things right whenever you can, of course. But, you know, at the same time, the caveat to that, why I'm bringing this up again, it's, as much as you might want to, it's difficult to... Is this person related to him? Yo, Reek. Well, give me a sec to finish what I was saying. It can be difficult, I'll talk to him later. I just realized it might not even work as a New Game Plus mode. It's difficult if one or the other party isn't willing to accept that they might have done something wrong when they clearly did. You know, that kind of thing. Whether it's you yourself or the other person or other people, if it's more than one person involved. It's kind of sad whenever that happens. You know, I've had experiences like that where, like I've had a disagreement with a friend, and I've wanted to make things up, but they want to act like, you know, like I'll come forward and be like, okay, yeah, I fucked up and did something wrong too, or even if it was all them, regardless of which of the two situations it is, whether it was both of you who, you know, might have done something wrong or just the other person, you know, you want to make up with them, but they don't want to because they don't want to acknowledge that they might have done anything wrong themselves, you know? It's kind of sad when that happens, because then it's like, well, I guess you just gotta go your separate ways now, because the other person's too prideful or whatever to want to make up with you. It's sad, but, you know, it is what it is. Glad to say I haven't had that experience too much, though. For the most part, for me it was just, a lot of the best friends I made was in my childhood, but unfortunately they all moved away while we were still in school, and, you know, we didn't have cell phones or any other way to stay in touch when that happened, so everybody just kind of disappeared. Kind of sucks. So, if any of y'all still have, you know, a lot of childhood friends in your lives, cherish them. It's a beautiful thing to have. I'm glad I was able to reunite with some of them through, like, Facebook and stuff like that years later. But, you know, it's not really the same, especially when they're living in different parts of the country, and we found each other again, like, much later in life when we'd become different people. It's still nice, though, to be able to stay in somewhat contact with them, you know? But anyway, I'm rambling now. Back to this. I owe her so much, then and now. Yeah, Alvara's been looking after you quite a bit. Leon, what a pleasure to see you again, and in the company of little Reek, no less. Am I right in assuming you've patched things up? I should like to think so, yes. Excuse me. And it is all thanks to you. And again. Had you not implored him to give me another chance, I might well still be sitting alone in the swamps, dwelling on my myriad failings. And you, my friend, I know not why you sought her out on your own, but I am glad that you did. Miss Olvara is perhaps the only person who truly cares for my well-being. Excuse me. Damn hiccups. But she has no one to look after her. Don't be silly, Reek. I have you, don't I? And before you start blabbering about how you wish you could properly reward Leon, as I can tell you're about to, note that I've prepared a hearty meal just for him. Oh, that's very thoughtful of you. Nevertheless, I shall see you both duly compensated once we have claimed the bounty for Andrea. And claim it we shall, for united, Reek and Leon are unstoppable. Is what I would like to say, but I know my own limitations better than anyone. It would be prudent to make proper preparations at this juncture. You two should see to it that you are ready for the struggle ahead. It will be a mighty one indeed, but one well worth the effort, my friend. Okay. I do hope you continue to remain good friends from now on. Yeah, I think we've come to an understanding. I think we'll be good now. Courage born of fear. Leon, my friend, my partner. I trust you are ready? Yep. Good, good. That is very good indeed, for before we depart to face Andrea for what I pray is the final time, I have a confession to make. What is it? I may have been somewhat misleading when I intimated the tremendousness of my martial prowess. In truth, it rather pales in comparison to yours. Do tell? I'm not gonna be an asshole. Yeah, do tell. You must be terribly crestfallen, I am sure. It is my deepest regret that I allowed you to labor under the misapprehension that we were equals for so long. Trust me, this isn't surprising me at all right now. In my defense, I must say that when I realized what an exceedingly powerful warrior you truly are, I was dumbstruck. I struggled to conceive of how even to broach the subject. Furthermore, I must admit that great majority, nay, all of our efforts to hone our skills in preparation for the battle to come, have been entirely for my benefit, that the disparity between us might not be so readily apparent. To think that my insecurity drove me to postpone this fateful day for so long. Well, it's probably for the best. You don't want to take her lightly. In my cowardice, I allowed Andrea to assemble a party of followers. Where before we might have only to contend with the one foe, we must now confront 5. And for all my preparation, I am still no more likely to be an asset to you than a hindrance. But perhaps that need not be the case. In discussing this grim reality with Miss Olvara while you were away, we hit upon a potential stratagem. Recall you Renda Ray's greatest strength and weakness, her preternatural hearing? We can be reasonably certain that Andrea is possessed of it as well. Therefore, if you were to fashion a device that could produce a loud noise at will, you could use it to secure an advantage in your battle. What I lack in strength of arms, I may make up for with guile. While it will not guarantee us victory, it will surely bring us one step closer. Oh shit, it's 1,000 pardons, Master Reek, but I am come to deliver a message from your Lord Father. Daddy? What does he want with me now? It has come to your Lord Father's attention that you have acquitted yourself rather poorly as a bounty hunter, and have brought terrible shame upon your family name. He commands you to cease all such activities at once and return to the city forthwith. Should you fail to do so, you will be stripped of your citizenship and family name. No further financial assistance will be provided. Oh my god. Oh dear. You may tell my father and my mother the following. That I am Lou Reek, proud bounty hunter, slayer of sin-eaters. That I have no intention of renouncing this cause, and that they are free to do as they deem fit. Tell them that if they have no son, then I have no parents. That I have no family save Miss Olvara, who has shown me more love than they ever have. Very good, Master Reek. I shall deliver your reply to them at once. He told them off alright. Holy shit. Right. Now that that's settled, we can get to work crafting that giant noisemaker of ours. Let us consult with the craftsman of the crystalline mean at once. But just like I said earlier... Wait. I dare say you lit a fire in him, Leon. I never thought I'd see the day when he'd muster the courage to say anything like that to his parents. I'm proud of him too, Olvara. I'm proud of him too. So like I was saying earlier, how, you know, money doesn't bring happiness or whatever. After you make more than a certain amount, it just kind of, your happiness just kind of starts steadily declining as you make more and more of it after that point. You also can't buy love with happiness. You know, you can buy other things, but you can't buy actual, you know, real love and intimacy. Not even that of your kids. Or your parents, you know, vice versa. Yeah. It's like, they may have given him all the money in the world, but since they never showed him any real love, the person he ended up loving and respecting more was Olvara. So in the end, it was expected he would just disown them and be like, fine. If you're gonna threaten to disown me, then go ahead. I'll stay with the only person who ever actually stuck with me and, you know, showed me love and kindness. Fuck the money. Thank you for being a friend to Reek. For the longest time, he struggled to find his way, but ever since he met you, he has carried himself with a new sense of purpose. A renewed understanding of who he is and who he wants to be. Yep. It was a beautiful thing to witness that transformation just now. Uh-oh. It was the other one. Actually, no, that one's too low. I have to jump. Yeah. For all my time in the Crystarium, I cannot recall ever visiting the Crystalline Mean. Nevertheless, I am sure there is someone here who can assist us. Okay, let's talk to this guy. Lois. What's all this then? You got something one needs making? Indeed I do, good sir. I wish to commission the production of a device that can generate a tremendously loud sound. It must be small and light enough to be carried by a single individual as well. Ain't that one of the stranger requests I've heard? Well, if it's just noise you want, then I'd wager we could make do with a special blend of fire sand. Aye, I think I've got just the recipe for your needs. I'll need some choice ingredients, mind, and you'll need to go and fetch them for me. Fetch... what precisely is it that you require? Well, there's this one particular beastie native to Caluthia which got a singular diet and leaves these massive dung piles. The fresher the better, if it please. A few varieties of grasses native to Roktika. Oh, and some iron ore from Amarang. I can give you a list if you like. To wit, I will need to travel to the far corners of Norvrant and back? Oh dear, this is rather more involved than I... No more excuses! I will do whatever must needs be done to see this through to the end. My friend, I will not impose these tasks upon you. I insist that you remain here while I go and fetch the required materials. Holy shit, he's off. He's off on his own. Wow. He really means it. He's willing to put in the work himself. Go for it, dude. Time to wait here, I guess. It was It's a series of surprisingly harrowing experiences. But in the end, I managed to obtain the materials necessary for the construction of my secret weapon. Hey, good work! He actually did it. That gentleman was rather accommodating. Despite being somewhat put out that I had not any guild to pay him for his labor, he was nevertheless willing to teach me how to craft the arrows myself. He said he found my industriousness endearing. I must confess, despite being utterly exhausted by all this busy work, it has been somewhat refreshing. Actually getting his hands dirty on his own, right? And now that my noisemaker arrows are ready, I cannot wait to put them to the proof. If all goes to plan, the explosion should be loud enough to incapacitate Andrea for a time. Let us put an end to her tale, my friend, and in so doing, write the opening of ours. That of Reek and Leon, bounty hunters extraordinaire. Come, Raktika and Gloria wait. After you, my friend. If I may make one small request before we begin, please, for the love of the gods, please try not to succumb to any visions of people's past. This really could not be a worse time. Trust me, I know, buddy. I know. I never do it on purpose, alright? I know. Well, are you still with me in the here and now? Yeah, dude, relax. I'm with you. Excellent. Then we can attend to the task at hand without worry. Let us lay to rest our fellow hunters and render Ray the peace a hero deserves. Let's do it. Couple of Giga Chads against a whole party of... How many did she acquire? 5 or 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jesus. I'll distract Andrea with a noisemaker arrow. Seize the opening to strike. Here goes nothing. Shit. Oh. Okay, so I should go after her first, I'm guessing. It worked! It really worked! I can't believe it! Huh? Are they defending her? Damn it! We'll have to deal with them first. Oh shit. God damn you, Lambert. I'm sorry you're dead, but you don't have to be such a bloody ass about it. Fuck, I was hoping to reach them too, but I couldn't. Well, whatever. Run! What did I do to deserve such attention? I don't know, he wants you for some reason. Oops, that's the wrong fucking button. I'm still thinking I'm on the hotbar of Dark Knight. Jesus, I got myself all confused from that. Okay, I think I should help him because it looks like he's getting his ass kicked. He's about to die. Yep. I guess I was supposed to chase him down. Instructions unclear. I thought he just said kill them all. Damn. Alright, let's try that again. I was like, I think Blue Reek can handle that guy. Nope. You had to protect him, apparently. Okay. So, I don't just have to be a DPS, I have to be a tank, too. Gotcha. Odd choice, but oh well. It is what it is. Who was the guy that chased after him? Was it that guy? The knight? I suppose it was. Oh crap, my hotbar didn't even... Okay, I have to do this to get one of them out of the way. Like that. So he uses passive arms. And who's the guy? This one then. So he said Lambert, and Lambert's a warrior. Got it. He really will not let up on him. Jesus, he wants to kill him. Get over here, you little shit! Into the oven. Afraid he was gonna die again, even though I was actually trying to protect him this time. Jesus Christ. Damn. Thought I could just run, but I guess not. Wasn't fast enough. He gets so close to dying. What the hell, dude? And I can't heal him. That's it. Only 2 more to go. I'll draw off Andrea. You handle the knight. Alright. Oh shit. Attack me. Whatever, it worked. Oh! Kind of pointless at that point, but still. Whatever. Hey! Die, you piece of shit! Gosh, that bloody knight is in the way. Dispatch him first! I'm trying. Oh. Now, Leon! Now's our chance! Thanks for protecting me, buddy. You alright? Yeah, I'm fine. It's just us and Andrea now. It's time for Reek and Leon to write a new legend for the ages. Well put. Let's do it. Heads up! Arrows incoming! No shit. I recognize these attacks. Level 3 limit break, I think? Right? For a bard. It's over. Rest in peace, Renderay. Dude, it was hard as hell to keep him alive at the beginning there. Jesus Christ! Even though I chased after the guy that was after him, he still almost fucking died. He was like this much, like this close. I was like, am I about to fail this duty again from this guy dying again? Jesus. We won. Even seeing it and saying it, it hardly feels real. Wonder why they made it so hard to keep him alive. You're spending the entire battle trying to protect him. As if you were a tank or a healer. But this is a DPS role quest. I don't understand this design choice, but okay. Anyway, I'm glad we made it through this time. Barely. Dude was so close to death. Like, more times than I was comfortable with there. Huh? What's that you've got there? Wicked White, you're... There she is. You're Renderay. The real Renderay. Should have never betrayed your trust. Never again, I swore. Never again. Balan Keats, the Shadow Keeper, the Flood. Come what may, we would face it together. No matter how hard it got or how terrified I was. That's what it means to let someone into your heart, knowing full well that nothing lasts forever. To welcome the fear and the pain. The sorrow. When I lost my parents, when we laid the Keeper low, you felt it too, didn't you? To place our faith in a desperate, hopeless attempt to save everyone, and to see it amount to naught in the end. What else could we do but offer up that tiny remainder in a final futile effort? Even knowing deep down it was worth but a few moments more. What is this? You gave me fear, and that fear gave me strength. Wait, there's so much I want to ask! She's gone. I don't understand. What was she talking about? Not right. It's not fair. Heroes sacrificing themselves for nothing? Becoming villains? Being forgotten? Thank you, Leon. I could have never gotten this far without your help. I had no idea who Renderay or any of the other warriors of light truly were. It was all ancient history to me. Why would I care who some eaters once were? I was no better than my parents, judging them out of hand. Dismissing their sacrifice, not bothering to look deeper. It made it all the easier to pursue Andrea for my own amusement. I pray I've made up for it in part by helping to lay Renderay's soul to rest. It's really nice that we get to hear not their last words, but sort of their regrets after they died, basically. That's what we hear whenever we see them like that. They speak their mind and heart and explain why they did what they did, including their final sacrifice with Minfilia to stop the Flood of Light. They say it, but as if they're looking and talking towards someone who's not here. Like what they're saying is directed towards Ardbert, even though he's nowhere to be found right now. I guess they just feel that their words will reach him, you know? That's what it feels like, the way they're little soliloquies at the end of these role quests. Miss Silvara is probably worried sick about us both. We should return to Calusia and let her know we're alright. Like, they just have one last thing they want to get off their chest to Ardbert. Explaining how grateful they are to him, to have met him. How grateful they are for the time they spent together, on their adventures together, and everything. It's just... Really sentimental. It's nice that you get to help them, you know, find peace so that they can move on. Not have to walk around the Sin Eaters anymore. And at the same time, you restore the honor to their name. I can't wait to tell Miss Elvira everything, and I should definitely use some of the bounty to treat her. Yeah, of course. My little Reek! Leon! Congratulations on a job well done. And from one hunter to another, thank you for helping Render Ray to achieve a measure of peace. I was just talking about that, yeah. She was a hero to me too, and it broke my heart to know what had become of her. To have your legacy tarnished so, to have the world call you villain, even still. But at least I can take comfort in knowing she can finally enjoy a long rest. Whatever others may say, we will preserve the truth in story and song. Render Ray, the bravest hunter there ever was, and more importantly, a true friend to those she held dear. I can only hope to measure up to her example someday. For now, however, I say we return to the Crystarium and raise a glass in celebration. On that, I can wholeheartedly agree with you, my friend. Though I doubt our feast is going to be that big this time, since he's out of money. So, she brought down Balam Keats not alone, but with the aid of her comrades. May not be the story I was taught, but somehow it rings truer to my ear. A lot more wholesome too, isn't it? She did it with her friends. The power of friendship. Yeah. I know. Some of y'all were thinking that when I did that. I can't help but be a little cheesy sometimes, folks. I'm cringy in a lot of ways. It's just who I am. Oh shit, how the fuck did you afford it? You better not have thrown our whole bounty on this. Andreas Powney has been paid to us in full, my friend. So come, let us eat, drink, and be merry. God, he wasted all of it on this food, didn't he? I guess it's better than blowing it all on alcohol. Like, what's her name? Oh god, I already forgot. Giat. I've been meaning to ask, Leon, but I have the impression you are rather more acquainted with these warriors of light than you've been letting on. What exactly do you know about them? Quite a bit, actually. I got to talk to them while they were still alive. I met all of them. We fought, even. That is so preposterous a tale that I have no choice but to assume it is true. Offering up their lives to first cross the rift, then to halt the flood. Wicked White. It must have taken her so much courage to see it through in those final moments. A courage born not of a desire for glory or dedication to an ideal, but of fear and love for those with whom she had forged unshakable bonds. Her comrades. Yeah. The most beautiful kind of love right there. I won't pretend that we have anything even approaching such a powerful connection, but I would like to think that if you were in mortal peril that I would fly to your side without hesitation. Well, you already did during the battle. You saved my ass. Having said that, if I were tested as Renda Ray were, if I were challenged to offer up my life for others without even knowing if it would amount to aught, I doubt I could rise to the occasion. Excuse me. I am a child and a fool who knows little of the world. I have been coddled and spoiled, and have only just tasted the bitter fruits of life that you and countless others sup on daily. You are made of sterner stuff, Leon. Far sterner than me. And that is why I know I can never walk your path. Aw, don't say that, man. Well, yeah, first of all, there's no shame in that, but do you wish you could? How could I not? I cannot recall a time I felt happier and more alive than when I have traveled with you. But you have countless other journeys ahead of you, don't you? For you are destined for greater challenges, whereas I am suited to rather more pedestrian affairs. Know your limits, as Miss Silvara used to say. Meeting her again after all these years, seeing how much older and more frail she'd become made me realize how little time together we have left. She shouldn't have to live out her days living alone and in squalor. I have decided it will not be so. I shall return to Calusia and attend to her needs, for I would do my utmost to repay the love and kindness that made me the man I am today. Yeah, if it wasn't for her, you'd be just like your parents. A complete asshole rich snob who just sees people as tools or means to an end. And doesn't give a rat's ass about anyone but themselves. Thanks to her genuine love and kindness, and the way she raised them, that he didn't turn out that way. Although even she was surprised, right? Anyway, therefore, though it pains me to say it, I fear this celebration must also mark the end, or at the very least a tentative suspension, of the glorious partnership that was Reek and Leon, bounty hunters extraordinaire. Should you ever find yourself in Calusia, however, do come and pay us a visit. I will, don't worry. Take care, my friend. And that's that. Alright, as usual. About a 5-minute break, and then we'll start the next one. The last one. That was a weird quest battle, though. So strange, they made him so fragile. Like, no matter what you do to that guy, he takes the aggro, regardless. And it nearly fucking kills him. Like, you're on such a time limit to kill everyone trying to kill Lou Reek. You have to focus on him more than yourself, even. It's kind of weird. It's not really supposed to be a DPS's role to be an escort or a bodyguard. That's supposed to be a tank's job. It's a weird way they designed that battle. Plus, you know, in general, in video games, regardless RPG, whatever, everyone hates an escort mission. No one likes having to, yeah. No one likes having to protect another NPC or whatever just to pass the mission, but it is what it is. Alright, be back later, folks. About 5-10 minutes.